their gimmick now? Where
What?
in the old days you would just get on WWE.com and vote. Now they're pulling the old 900 phone line gimmick out of the mothballs, where you have to pay to vote.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah. Did you ever do that when you were younger? Call the phone sex lines?
No. I can honestly say I did not.
You know, I really hated to do this week, but did I ever tell you about the time Don racked up like $1,000 bill on phone sex lines?
Whoa. This would be Don Mason you're discussing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Here's the thing, is, he didn't even jerk off or anything. He just, wanted to call to have some companionship. He was lonely at the time.
Can we get him? Please tell me we can get Don Mason on the Wrestle Crap Radio shoot interview.
Man, I'll admit, I remember I got really drunk one time, and I was just curious how these things worked, and I called one up for a few minutes. And there was a woman on the other end of the line that I'm just like, I swear to God, she probably in real life looked like Shelton Benjamin's mama.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, I gotta go.
Wow. When you hang up on the phone sex lady, what a pair you and Don Mason are. He calls up, and he's just looking for some companionship. You call up, and you're like, even on the phone, you're not attractive enough for me.
Now, Don called up the phone wanted to talk about the weather,
There's much cheaper phone... There's much cheaper numbers you can call to find out about the weather.
And the thing is,
a 900 sex line.
He made those calls from his grandmother's basement, too. She was the one that discovered the bill.
We've had enough. We've had enough talking about cookies and you talking with Mickey James about Transformers and all that stuff.
I'm very disappointed. I had Mickey James in the van. And
and you blew it.
Right. The least I could have done was slipped her roofie laws in that van. And, hey, by the way, did I ever tell you the story about Don and the roofies?
This would be Don Mason.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't think this person actually exists, by the way.
He does exist. And did I ever tell you about the time Don Mason went to a Marilyn Manson show with a pocket full of roofies, a.k.a. date rape drugs?
Nice.
And he proceeded to take them all himself.
Wow. All right, we've had enough of this. No more Don Mason stories. No more dreams of Mickey James. Does Don Mason have a MySpace page?
Yes, he does.
He does, really?
Yes.
Wow.
MySpace.com/Don Mason.
Well, I have to check this out. Let's just take a look. Don Mason doesn't have a lot of friends.
No.
He needs to have more. Don't you think? Everyone listening, if you're on MySpace, come on over. Send Don Mason a look at some of the friends that he has, though. There's Blade Braxton. You're his #1 friend.
It makes me feel special.
Scale-faced and fang-face. Maybe I don't feel so sorry for Don Mason. He's got them all. Got them all. You know who else would be a great, would be a great, what, excuse me?
I said Scaleface and Fangface, the two main villains from the Don Mason trilogy.
It was a trilogy. Can you explain a little more of this Don Mason trilogy to us?
We got to move forward, but all I got to say is this. In the first one, Don molests the Cabbage Patch doll.
Now, is this going to be on the WrestleCrap Archive DVD?
No, because Don's mom and dad discovered that VHS and recorded over it.
Oh no!
But not before Don's dad and mom watched the molestation scene with him.
Nice. Will there be any Don Mason on the archive DVD?
I'll send some stuff. But no, what it was, yeah, he had an ace bandage and he pinned it to his pants. Filthy.
It's money, and it'll be money that you can spend.
Cabbage Patch doll. Well, when we refilmed the scene, we did it a little more PG and just beat the shit out of some Cabbage Patch kids.
Nice.
10 minutes in, we've all Don Mason, all the time.
It is the Don Mason podcast. The Don Mason Memorial Podcast.
I'll never forget when Don's dad saw the Cabbage Patch scene and said to Don, "Is that your shit?" Wondering if that was really Don's penis.
There's only one man that can bail us out of this.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Fine crapper called Go to Sleep has compiled some Don Mason stories and put them on YouTube.
And oh boy, yeah, we should have a link up on the WrestleCrap Radio page, don't you think?
Yes, we do. Yeah, or if you're if you don't go to that link, just go to YouTube and type in Masonmania.
Masonmania. It's running wild. It's running wild.